Hello there, this was going to be a video about Fisher Goldbug and the test results, etc., to see how good it was. The video was made last year, about April I think, but about 3 or 4 months later I got this Goldfinder in. So I thought, while I was making the video last night, that I'd try and put the two together to see what the differences actually were. There's a few detectors like this about that look like a Goldbug. But are they Goldbugs really? When you switch them on, it says Goldbug on the screen. But are they just a clone with a different name? Are they the real thing? Are they different detectors? Hopefully this video will answer those questions. You also get the same thing with Technetics G2s as well. They come up and with different names, and when you switch them on it says G2 on the screen. You've probably seen one of these knocking about. We both come from the same stable anyway, the G2 and the Goldbug. So as you can see on the screen now, when I'm switching the Goldfinder on, it says Goldbug, so one would presume it's the same circuit board. We shall see. So I got on the Fisher Goldbug Pro test. Must apologise today, it's sunny, which isn't a bad thing really, but you do get a lot of glare and shadows and things on the screen. I apologise in advance for any disruption. Right, let's switch it on. I'll just go through each starting up process. We'll whack the gain up to 90. Might seem a bit high, but I try to get the best out of these detectors, and as soon as you drop it below 90 it starts to lose items, so I put it up any higher, then there's always a chance of it sort of giving false signals, etc. Now we'll go with some nails first. Need to give those a different tone, so we'll whack the discrimination up to 30. That should lose the nails. And there they go. First target up is a 20-inch long gold chain rolled up onto a ball 1 inch down. Doesn't seem very good on that one. Gold chain again, 5 inches long, stretched out, 1 inch deep. That's a bit better. Ironic name, Goldbug. Small Roman bronze, 3 inches. Small pewter button, 4 inches. Six inches. Just about scraped through on that one. 7 inches. No, not quite there. See what coat comes in like. About the same as a gold chain, I think, 39. Around that sort of area. I suppose if you were going to reject coat, then you probably have to put the discrimination on at 40. Which would mean losing a few things, no doubt. Probably put it on better on 30, and then you can make up your own mind when you're going over target. Galena, 6 inches. That's normal, same as Coke. We'll see if Goldfinder is really a Goldbug or something different. Gold chain rolled into a ball, 20 inches long, 1 inch deep. That's the 5 inch long gold chain. Roman bronze, 3 inches deep. Small pewter button, 4 inches deep. 6 inches. Nope. Coke. It's coming in about 30, 36 or whatever. Forgotten what the Roman bronze was now. Yeah, so yeah, you won't lose any Roman bronzes by nudging out a Coke. Cleaner. Same as a Coke as normal. Right, on to separation and discrimination. We'll start with the iron cord 2p. Quite happy with that. Crown bottle top. Equally as happy. 2 coins, low and high conductivity, 8 inches deep, 1 inch apart. That's getting it, but not seeing it as 2 coins. Same again, only 3 inches deep. You can see 2 coins there. 20p and ring pull. Can we tell the difference? It's the ring pull. That's the 20p. Same as. Low and high conductive coins, 3 inches deep with an iron staple in the middle. That's just about doing that. Separation and discrimination. It's iron cord 2p. Crown bottle top. About the same. 8 inch deep, low and high conductive coins. Place side by side, 8 inches deep. Same again, only 3 inches deep. I've seen both the coins, so anyway. I've got a ring pole, 52 and 20p. 52. Iron low conductive coins, 3 inches deep, touching each other with an iron staple in the middle. Yep, it's doing the job there. Onto the low conductive coins, we've got a 5p, we'll start at 6 inches. 7 inches. 8 inches. 9 inches. 10 inches. No, run out of steam there. What I do like about these fishes, and Technetic some of them, is that the actual ID numbers keep up with the actual target. So even if you get a deep one, the ID doesn't suddenly disappear and you just get the audio. But we actually work in unison quite happily. Very rare on detectors, that is. Right, cut quarters, 2 inches. 4 inches. See, we are getting a very faint tone and the actual target ID is keeping up with that quite happily. Try 5 inches. No. Right, 4 inches on edge. And down the length. 5 inches. 6 inches. Doing quite well on here. 7 inches. Right, onto the low conductive coins. We've got a 5p at 4 inches. 5 inches. 6 inches. 7 inches. No, not too convincing, that one isn't. Cut quarters. 2 inches. 4 inches, no. On edge. 5p. The 4 inch one. 5 inch. 5p on edge. Yep. High conductive coins. George III half pennies. We'll start with a 9 inch one. perhaps that was a bit ambitious. We'll go back to the 8-inch one. I thought it would have got those a bit better, but obviously not. George III halfpenny on edge, 6 inches. Cross it. 7 inches. Not quite there, is it? No. Right, cartwheel pennies. We won't be too ambitious this time. We'll start with the 8-inch one. 9 inches. 10 inches. It's very faint. Don't know whether I'd dig that or not. I might do on a very, very good, productive site with no coke on it. Cartwheel penny on edge, 7 inches. Only just, it's not going to do 8. High conductive coins, we'll start with a George III 8 inches. Yeah, see if it gets it at 9. I'm sure it won't. We'll come up try. No. Half pennies on edge, 6 inches. Try the 7-inch one. Nope. Cartwheel pennies, 8 inches. 9 inches. Just 10 inches. Nope. Cartwheel pennies on edge, 7 inches. Try the 8-inch one. Nope. Right, we'll move on to the artifacts. Large musket ball, 4 inches. 7 inches. Small bottle, 6 inches. Small bottle, 8 inches. Fibula, 3 inches. Fibula, 5 inches. Horse harness bottle, 15 inches. No. It's not going to get any more with the artifact. Large musket ball, 4 inches. 7 inches. Small bottle, 6 inches. 8 inches. Fibula, 3 inches. Fibula, 5 inches. Horse harness bottle, 15 inches. No, won't get anything else there. Victorian silver threepenny bit, 6 inches. Sixpence, 7 inches. Only just. Shilling, 8 inches. These are very on the edge signals. And Edward penny, hammered, 6 inches. Hammered threepenny bit, 8 inches. Silver threepenny bit, milled, 8 inches. Not going to go any further up there either. Victorian silver threepenny bit, 6 inches. 7-inch deep sixpence. 8-inch deep shilling. Edward I hammered penny, 6 inches. Bit of a grunt coming in there. 8-inch deep. Hammered certainly bit. Not going to go any further. Finish off with boards and iron. Horseshoe, 6 inches. Iron bottle, 6 inches. Right, 20 pence, 8 inches deep with 3 nails sitting on top of it. Gets that without any problem. Same again, only the 3 nails are now 4 inches above it. Sketching it, we can see the nails coming through as well on that one. Knife blade, 2 inches deep with 2 rivets sticking out of it. That's the 2 rivets. Very good. Large nail, 6 inches deep, 20 pence sitting on top of it. See that? Half penny, 6 inches deep. Piece of coke sitting 1 inch deep above it. That's it, coke. Move slightly in front. Should get the Georgian 8 at 6 inches, which it does. Penknife. Horseshoe, 2 inches, 20 pence, 6 inches. Sometimes if you go on the edge of a horseshoe, you can get it diagonally underneath. Very good, that is. 20 pence, 2 inches, horseshoe, 6 inches. Shouldn't be a problem. 6 halfpennies stacked on top of each other, 11 inches deep. Yeah, 100 mixed coins in a pot, 20 inches deep. And finally, 6 halfpennies in a row on edge, 2 inches deep. Ceases his iron that way and should see it is done very simply. Which it does. Yeah, quite good actually, that was. In the great scheme of things. I used one of these myself for several years, but I only used mine with a 5-inch coil on it. Found it pretty lethal with that on. That was back in the day. So it's iron and oars. Horseshoe, 6 inches. Iron bottle, 6 inches. 20 pence, 8 inches deep with 3 nails sitting on top of it. Same again, only the nails are now 4 inches above. Knife blade, 2 inches deep with 2 copper rivets sticking out of it. That's not going to work, it's getting my knife blade, not rejecting it. Large nail, 6 inches deep, 20 pence sitting on top of it. I mean, you dig it up because it's giving you a positive signal, but whether it's actually picking the large nail up or not, and not the 20 pence, we don't know. Halfpenny, 6 inches, coke, 1 inch. I presume that's a coke it's picking up, and if I go in front of that, that's a Georgian 8. Penknife, horseshoe, 2 inches, 20 pence, 6 inches. That is definitely picking up the horseshoe. 20 pence, 2 inches, horseshoe, 6 inches. Yeah, very much alright. 6 halfpennies stacked on top of each other, 11 inches deep. Not really. 100 mixed coins in a pot, 20 inches deep. No. 6 halfpennies in a row on edge, 2 inches deep. That's a bit weird because that's the only detector I've tried that actually gives you a signal that way. Should actually, well, all the other detectors I've tried to reject it that way. It all sees as iron and gets it the other way. That gets it both ways. Weird. So we'll have a look at the scores and see which one come out the best. The stem on this is very wobbly. The coil looks like a normal coil and it's got the word Goldfinder on it instead of Goldbug. Obviously the circuit board, when it comes up on the screen, says Goldbug on it. The arm cup looks original. The rest of the stem, it just wobbles very badly. I've even changed the cam lock on this to a proper Fisher one and it still wobbles, so I presume that the actual diameter of the stem is slightly smaller. So, summing it up, the Goldfinder and the Goldbug were both running on the same sensitivity level. The Goldbug could handle it, but the Goldfinder couldn't. And as you can see on the video, it's just chattering over time. The signals aren't great, not very clear. The Goldfinder is not particularly brilliant at the low conductive target. It's alright on the shallow things and the high conductive things, but it loses its way elsewhere. So my theory, although it's probably well known and probably just reinvented the wheel, that the circuit board is actually a proper Goldbug circuit board. Obviously the fascia is different because it's got Goldfinder on it now instead of Goldbug. The stem is different than the Goldbug. It's nowhere near as good. And the thing that's causing the biggest problem is the coil. It's obviously not the correct coil, and it's been made not very well, which is causing all the problems. So I think if you bought a Goldbug coil, or you had a Goldbug coil or whatever, and if you stuck it on the end of this detector instead of the one that's on there, I think you would have a genuine Goldbug, minus the stem of course. It's not a very cheap way of doing it though. You might as well just buy a Goldbug in the first place. Anyway, I shall be back very shortly with another video, no doubt. So thanks for watching and bye for now.